All right, we're live.
Good morning, guys. Saturday, 10 a.m. As we've been keeping you updated, we're going to start to do a few more lives here on YouTube, maybe throughout the week. Okay, especially as we get toward the tail end of August, we think there's more opportunities. But for now, we're here every Saturday at 10. Go over any questions, update what's going on in the markets. Okay, the markets may look like they're bullish, they're going straight up, and every pullback goes up, but that's not really what we're seeing. We're seeing certain names go up, and it's the popular name, so it's dragging everything up with it, but some of them aren't. And our concerns are what happens when the ones that are popular finally start to breathe and the whole market could start to breathe. So we're going to show you a few examples of what we're talking about. Okay, you know, the beasts of the market, Nvidia, Palantir, no matter what you say, they go higher. We even made a video a few weeks ago saying, guys, we've seen sell signals in Nvidia, always wrong. See sell signals in Palantir, always wrong. We don't touch them anymore. But the other ones are giving away a little bit, and they're expensive, and they're big dollars. And if they start to pull back, it's heavy. Okay, so it's kind of two things are holding up, and the weights on the side, how long can you hold them up? A couple of examples. Okay, we're looking at something like Microsoft, something like Netflix. Okay, they've given back. Say what you want. This is a $200 pullback. Okay, these are big dollars when you're talking about a $1,300 stock. This is one of the popular ones that aren't holding up right now. They're just bouncing a little. Microsoft's another one. Some of the big names, they just sit there. The ones I'm talking about where the market gets caught itself in sectors that aren't as bullish as people think. Think about it. We've got nothing but bullish news out on crypto. Okay, people now the president approved that you could put crypto into your 401k. So you pretty much you could put it in as deferred. It's another quadrant or another sector you could put it in. Sounds like it should be super bullish. Bitcoin's holding, the coins are holding. How about the stocks? Okay, because if I have a 401k, I'm saying, well, am I going to put my XRP in there? Am I going to put my Ethereum or Bitcoin? Maybe not. Maybe I'm going to buy a crypto stock. Okay, crypto stocks. First two that come to my mind, and the most popular are Riot and Mara. This is Mara. You tell me. Crypto's up here. These are caught again. That's Mara. Riot, same thing. Look at these things, guys. Do these look like equities you want to have in markets that are making newer highs or exploding or getting great upside news? No, this tells me the market is caught long again. This is what you got to watch. These are the little factors that I'm saying when the market goes higher, they drag. They're kind of like anchors. So our opinion is not changing. We still think the market is preparing to correct. And the thing is, it could correct with the big names, but the ones that have been heavy now, they can have a big down move. And that's what we're protecting against. We've sold out so much of our positions in the last week. Okay. Metals. Metals had a big gold bullish news on Thursday night. And our opinion was it was not bullish. We thought it was neutral to small bullish at best. What happened to gold? Went up $100. What had happened at the end of the day on Friday? Gave the $100 right back. We made a clip about this, saying, guys, we don't think this was as bullish as you think. We think this is very similar to this. The market gets itself lubed up and caught. So what do? We sold out of everything. We cashed in all of our metals positions. You know, we've been long metals for a year and a half. Equities, we don't have any gold or silver equities at the moment. Cashed out of Hecla, silver stock. We cashed out of Pan American. Cashed that out. Another silver stock. Sold out of our gold stocks. One that we've been putting on for the last couple of weeks. IAG, NGD. We sold out of NGD. Let me put that up. Cashed out of NGD. Okay, so we took all of our metal exposure off. The one we've had on since the beginning of the year. It's been actually our home run this year. SBSW. Okay, if you follow us, if you've been following us all year, you know we've had this on all year. We sold our last piece out this week. SBSW. I mean, how cool of a ride was this? We were all in down here. We did not sell. So the majority of our piece up here, so the last piece here. So we're out of the whole trade. It's not this, we're bearish. We just think there's a pullback coming and we could get back in. Well, how cool of a trade. This is what we talk about, the navigating part of being with the group, where you could have bought it, let me clean this up a little, where you could have bought it here and then sold some here, sold some here, sold some here. We made videos every week saying we aren't selling, we're not selling, we're not selling, we're not selling. Now we're selling. and now we're out. So how cool would it be if we could get a pullback to the areas? You belong to the group, we're going to get right back in. But if you can avoid, this is the way to perform. You know when to make it, you know when not to give it back. Perfect example, SBSW. So now, I'm sitting here for the first time, I can't remember when, why I have no gold, silver exposure, no platinum exposure. What I did yesterday is I waited on something because we had our one commodity trade of the year that we got out of a few weeks ago, and we've been waiting. Palladium. We like the palladium market, but you got to like it at your areas. This is the palladium market. This was our best trade of the year. We had palladium on in futures down at the cost of production. Okay, these are the fundamentals that I'm supposed to know, and I'm supposed to pass it along. So fine, you long palladium futures here. We sold it out right here. We stood long the whole way. And now it's pulling back, and we were not long. We got long yesterday. I bought some palladium. I'm only telling you what I'm doing, looking over my shoulder. So we made it here and did not give anything back here, and now we're getting long palladium right here. We got room a little bit more to put another piece on because we think this is going higher. These are the examples we're talking about. Other examples, the energy markets. The energy markets are going this way. So what do? This is something that we navigate. Those we like to trade. These oil market we like to navigate. So we've had on oil equities, sold them all out. Now they're pulling back. We're looking to pull them back. We got involved yesterday, and actually this is we like this one a lot. ExxonMobil. This is ExxonMobil. We had ExxonMobil on down here, right around here. We put it on pretty large. We made a clip about it. We bought a bunch of oil equities. Sold, cleaned up the whole thing. Did not get involved until here. And now we're getting into ExxonMobil. Why? Let me show you why. Okay, then you start to look for technical reasons why you want to start to buy things. That's a technical reason to buy things. You get to your first support line. So yesterday, or at the end of this week, I think we did it Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, we bought some ExxonMobil. Same idea, okay? You make it on the way up, you don't give it back on the way down, and now we're in again, okay? This is what we call navigating. We've been doing this all year. Our opinion of the market is not going to change. We don't think this market is investable. We think it's tradable. And we think it's going to continue like that for the rest of the year. You got two extreme administrations. One view that we came in with and one we're adjusting to. You got tariffs. You got the dollar having its largest 6-month move in 50 years. You got geopolitical friction around. Okay, so the world is kind of gyrating and figuring out where it's going to wind up. In the interim, what does it create? In our opinion, trading opportunities, not investing opportunities. Flows are moving from one sector to another. We have a couple we put on this week. We're going to talk about them in a couple of minutes too. Why? Because we think that's where the flows are going to go in. What's something we had on the beginning of the year? Uranium. Okay, and at the beginning of the year, there's always flows into these uranium, lithium, titanium sectors. That's just natural New Year money coming in. But when you see the second flows coming in from after, say, January, February, that's when your radar goes up. That's when our radar went up. We've seen them extend. We took the trade, moved on. But then we say, where is that going to rotate into? We think we found another one. We think the one now is rare earth. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a strategy on what we looked at as far as uranium. So we had on DNN. We had on UU. That was our way of being long uranium. Okay, this was DNN. We cashed it out. Okay, but how cool is it? You buy it at the beginning of the year. Okay, this is when we bought. We bought it around here a few times. Sold the whole thing out pretty much around here. So we're out of DNN. Doesn't look like a lot, but you know what? You buy something, you make 60, 70, 80% on a trade. Not bad. UU. Another one we had bought cheap in the 3s somewhere. And that one popped. Somewhere around here. UU. See it anywhere? Not somewhere in the middle.
I'm not seeing.
Not seeing it. Must be higher there. There it is. Look at that pop. Okay? Same thing. Uranium. Okay? Beginning of the year, look how it pops. But we're out of them now. And we think the new sector is going to be rare earth. But people, I think, got themselves hurt in rare earth trying to jump in over the last 2 months. You hear the word rare earth, people do their homework. I got to be in. Not paying attention to price, not paying attention to the structure of the market. So we watch it, and then we wait. And now we got in. And what's one? We just made a clip on this. USAR. USA rare earth. Right here. What did we do? See what I'm saying? When everybody got excited, they got burnt. Everybody got excited, they got burnt. Everybody got excited, they got burnt. What do? Waited and waited and waited. Then we got to our spot. We put out a big clip saying we like USAR right here, right here. What do? We bought it a few times. We were going to yesterday add more. Okay, we actually, this is getting. We said this at the tail end of the week last week. We said there's a couple that we're going to get very aggressive on. We've been doing okay this year. We'll show you that in a couple minutes. Okay, but this was one we want to get into this sector. We were going to buy more up here. It just came in and went straight up, so we don't chase. But we put our position on. We avoided all of this noise and said now it's time. So we have this on, and we think this one has got room. Okay, this is something I think we're going to come back in a couple of months and say, wow, I remember when this was in the teens. I don't think it's going to be in the teens. I think this one has got numbers in it. So this could be our next home run trade. USAR.
There's some questions in the chat.
Yes. Okay, let's get going. I don't want to tie it up too much.
Reed's asking, what happened to the VIX?
The VIX is our way of being bearish in the market. Okay, you can put on an index, you can put on a NASDAQ, you put on a SQQQ. Our opinion is the VIX is a good value way if the market does turn. If the market don't turn, it's going to cost you money. If the market does turn, you're going to get great value out of it. We sold a piece of it on that pop 2 Fridays ago. Okay, so if you look at where we are, it's not as low when you navigate a little. We bought a bunch at $16.90, $17. Caught a pop to 20, sold a piece. Now it's 15 and a half. So when you do the math on it, we're still getting it cheap. We like the VIX as a way of being bearish the overall market.
Lucas asked about gold's about to break out to new highs and you have no position?
That's right, because I don't think gold's about to break out to new highs. I disagree. I think gold was a little bit of a short-term trap. Okay, so I'm listening to you guys. You're telling me what I'm looking to hear. People go, this is so bullish. All the news you're hearing the last few days, bullish, bullish, bullish about gold. It's not bullish about gold. It's bullish about the plumbing of gold, the physical part of gold. That's not bullish price, but it caused a trap. That's why we got out. First of all, and we got out, look at all the profits. It's our half of our year. It's been gold and silver.
A lot of flows into rare earth this past week.
Yes.
Stocks are spiking.
That's why we have them on. You had to get on at the right time. Not when everybody jumped in the first couple of times it got burnt. Now people are throwing the flag. Okay, we heard about rare earth. It doesn't work. That's caught our antennas. That's why we bought it this week.
UUU is also getting into the rare earth game. So it's now a uranium/rare earth play potentially.
That's right. We agree. 100%. I agree with that. We're out of it because we cashed it in. We think it's going to be more rare earth and a little uranium will be peripheral at this point.
All right. Do you watch BTI?
No, not enough to have an opinion.
Okay. Those are the questions we have right now.
Okay, let's show everybody how we're doing. Okay, this is us for the year. Okay, we're close. It's about 200%, not 235, because we have open positions. Everything we've finished, everything that's a closed position, 200% for the year. That's where we stand 7 months in. Okay, and everything is on the trades, commodities, resources, equities. You don't see any big name trading here. Okay, we stick to what we know. Sugar, oil, wheat, natural gas, coffee. Okay, you see what I'm talking about? Cocoa. Okay, and the equities. Platinum, we just told you how we've been cashing out of everything. Okay, if you look, we have none of these on anymore. Okay, and all we see, you see the number. These are the numbers. Okay, as the trades come on. If they're lost, you see the reds. If you see the greens, mean they were profitable trades. Okay, and this is where we've been throughout the year, and it goes all the way down. You add it up, we're up 200% for the year. You can ask any question. Every time we go live, we have someone that says, he's a scammer, he's a naysayer, I don't believe any of it. I am here to totally transparent. I want people to question any of this. And you know what the best answer is? Join it and watch what our members say, because our members are up the same thing, and they're happy to say it. This is what we do.
We have a question on that.
Go ahead.
Is the return percent spot or leveraged?
Leverage for sure. Equities, we get 2-to-1 leverage. Commodities, if you trade futures, you know they give you leverage depending on the commodity. Yes.
All right, that's the question we have.
Okay, so that's where we stand. Okay, you want to join? This is how you join. Okay. What did I do wrong?
Let me just click here. That's all.
RNTR Trading. Comes with live chats all day. If you trade futures with us, you get waking up in the middle of the night. Okay, that's what opportunities to make money. Comes with all of this, all the trades. I'll show you the setup, the way we have it set up in our chat room. You want to put up Discord?
Yeah. Okay.
This is Discord. This is what we do all day. You hear my comments all day. Okay, a couple other, and you can see we're not making things up. Sell signals, but we make money both sides, long and short. We've had 4 or 5 shorts in the last week and a half, caught pullbacks. We haven't gotten caught short yet. So when the market's going up, everybody's a trader. Everybody knows how to make money. What about when the market goes down? When this train stops, when this train breathes, then you watch how people say, wow, I didn't know how to trade this. We know how to trade the downside too. So we talk about this. And you could see the hearts, whatever, this is the comments we get back from the team. Thumbs up, everybody did well because we're doing okay. Okay? Trade alerts. We tell you before we do things, not after. All you're doing is looking over my shoulder. I'll tell the group what I'm looking at, so this way they can prepare if they're interested or if they're not. And then we trade. Everything you see, I give you a heads up. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this. And then I'll tell you what I'm looking to do. Why? Because we trade as a team. Okay? I've watched a lot of these sites, and the person who's behind this is, oh, I had a big day. I bought this thing here. Look how it went. Well, how about, don't you care about the group? The group missed the boat. We don't miss boats here. We tell you exactly what we're doing, and we're all on the boat together. And that's why the group is just as successful here. We lose money, we make money, but we do it as a team, and obviously you can see it works. We trade futures, same exact way. We give you a heads up. We tell you, we're here all day with questions and answers. Q&A all day, questions all about this. General chat, the group has their opinions all day. Okay? We have bots that are on fire. We've added bots to our group. Okay? Joe Bot, young man who set up, if you trade bots, you know what bot trading is. Analytics with parameters to trade. Young man's probably up over 50% more, closer to way more than 50 now at this point in the last 3 or 4 months. So if you trade bots and you're doing that well, stick with what you're doing. If you're getting chopped up, you may want to look at this. I wasn't a believer in bots until this year. Now I'm a believer watching it. Good discipline, good parameters. They come out live. You see what's out there. Here's your trades as they pop up. This is all real. This is all live. Okay? Tells you exactly the trades, and then the management part. You see it all here. Tells you what you're looking to make, what you're looking to lose. You do the math at the end of the day, not kidding around. He's got the same hearts as we are. It's a different subscription. We're a part of the team, Joe Bot. We have Guy Adami from CNBC. Every Thursday we do a webinar. Okay? August we're going to give him a little break since he's nonstop working. Macro views. If you watch CNBC, he's a spokesman for Robinhood, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. He's on with macro views. He's been on fire for 2 years. He gives us the views. It's up to me to figure out the trading strategies every Thursday if you belong to the group. Okay? We have midday clips. Every day we come out between 11 and 12. Okay, the market, if we think it's a trading market and not an investable market, you know how you make your money? Trading, navigating, recognizing reversals. A lot of times you come in the morning, it's 7, 8 o'clock, you have an opinion. By 11 or 12, you see things change or you see things trending. That's what we do. We come out with a clip. Between 11 and 12, it's like going into your locker room at halftime and changing the plan or stepping on the gas. That's been working, and it makes the group comfortable. This is where we stand. You get all of this on top of everything else we said if you belong, if you want to join. RNTR Trading.
And guys, you're not married to this subscription. You can cancel whenever you want. If you feel it's not for you, you reach out to us and we can cancel it. Everything is all inclusive. We have all these different memberships: monthly, biannual, yearly. Of course, the biannual yearly is discounted. So if you buy those, then you'll get a better rate. But be sure, watch out for scammers. We will not message you on, asking you to join us. We do not trade crypto. We do not trade your money. We'll never take your money to trade with. So be conscious of that. There's a lot of people with the same accounts that look like ours, especially on Discord. So if you're on a Discord, be mindful. Anyone who messages you directly, that is usually not us. All right.
We do this securely if you're interested. Now, this is not an investing group. It's a trading group. So you kind of got to commit a little more. But you know what? If you commit a little more, look at what you're going to make. Okay? We've had someone in our group just recently. We're going to be out with a little bit of we're going to be on a newsletter pretty soon, a very famous one. Okay? And someone was interviewed. And he said, what I was trying to make over the next 10 years, I just made in the last 6 months. So it shortened his schedule to get to his goals. Why? Because he was an aggressive trader like we were. Pretty much all people doing looking over my shoulder. You pick and choose what you like. I'm only going to tell you because I put my money on the line just like everyone else. Okay? But if you could do this, and I actually think the next 6 months are going to be just as busy. I personally think August, going into Labor Day, there's going to be incredible opportunities. I've been trading for over 40 years, closer to 50. When you trade, there's certain goals you try to do. We're not day traders. We're not swing traders. We're directional traders. But if you can make money being long, being short, and cashing out of existing positions all in one day, if you're lucky to do that once every 6 months, believe me, you feel good when you go home. We did it twice this week that just passed. Twice. And we think there's so many opportunities because the market still is looking for direction. And it's got leaders that are leading. They're the leaders, but they're dragging other ones around. So we actually think the market is setting up for a down move, and we're preparing for that. That's why we're cashing in. We just had someone said, gold's ready to break out. Why do we sell out our positions? Okay, that's our opinion. Everybody thinks gold is getting ready to break out. Well, our opinion is it's a little bit of a false trap here. That's why we got out. And you'll watch, because as we navigate, as things pull back, we will be getting right back in. Okay, that's just our overall view. But if you're looking to make these kind of returns, you want to be a little aggressive, you're not going to do the work. You just got to keep your trade alerts open. That's all you do. You could be sitting on the beach the rest of August. If you see a trade alert pop up, I'm going to tell you what I'm looking to do. If you're interested, you set yourself up. You usually get a few minutes heads up when we're not going to do something, and you get in or out. That's where we stand.
All right. Looks like we came up on time.
Okay, perfect. Okay, like I said, we're going to try to get us some more lives as we get to the tail end of August. So we may be doing a couple more. Be prepared, because we're hearing this TikTok murmur that it might shut down in the middle of September. If it does, we're going to be going full tilt here on YouTube. All right? Watch yourself this week. Please, if you're looking to join. Be heads up. Okay? Don't fall into the traps. Okay? I'll see you next Saturday.